he walks across the room really straight and really tall and vibrant and with strength in his step rather than dragging himself along. And that just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. And I knew instantly, okay, I need to know everything that there is to know about quantum touch.
Today we have a talk with someone who has the experience since 2007 with Quantum-Touch. Karina Grant is certified Quantum-Touch since 2007, instructor for level 1, level 2, supercharging self-graded health. And she's also the official UK Quantum-Touch mentor for both existing and new practitioners and instructors. And she's UK Quantum-Touch Liaison and Quantum-Touch Ambassador. Hi, Karina. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for asking. Welcome to this talk.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to have you here. I'm always following your newsletter, your articles, and they are very, very interesting when you're sharing your experiences.
Thank you so much. I'm happy.
Yes. So you have a very interesting story. I was reading about your story. So I have a couple of questions for you here. And your father was benefited by Quantum-Touch, and you became a practitioner some years after, right? Can you please tell us this story?
Sure. So in 2005, I was looking for something to help my father, and he had been diagnosed with something called MSA, which is an aggressive type of Parkinson's disease. And I'd been raised in a very spiritually minded household, and for example, my parents took me on breath work, Louise Hay style breath work workshops from the age of 12 and 13. And then I'd gone on from that to, in my early 20s, to do various Tony Robbins seminars. And I really already knew that there was a lot we could do to help ourselves. But the word that came to me when my father was diagnosed was healing. And it's not something I particularly knew about. And so I Googled it, and Quantum-Touch was the first website that came up. And I read the website and I thought, yes, I knew it instantly that this was exactly what I was looking for, because it was down to earth. I didn't need to have any particular belief systems. Everything I was reading was, you know, you learn specific ways to breathe and visualization, and anyone can do it. And most importantly, what was really clear to me on the website and on the forum was, we don't know the limits of it.
Yes.
Apply it to everything. And I thought, yes, this is it. It's the door is open here, you know. And so I thought, yeah, but it's the first thing I've found, you know, maybe I should look at other things too. And so I spent hours looking through other websites and other modalities. And I said, no, it's Quantum-Touch. That's the one. And I was literally booked onto a workshop immediately. That weekend, I was on a workshop. And then I left the workshop and I went home and I said to my dad, I've been on this healing workshop called Quantum-Touch. Can I have a go on you? And one of the symptoms of MSA is that people's spine is really, really hunched forward. And so I'm working on him. And after about an hour or so, as the energy is building, his spine starts to just slowly, subtly, tiny little changes, and just starts to straighten up. And I was blown away.
The very first session, right?
Yes. And I remember it's such a huge moment, because he sort of stands up straight and tall, and color has come back into his face, which was really gray before that. And I remember my mum saying, what are you doing? And I said, and I just never forget it. And I said, I have no idea. I've just been on this workshop. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just bringing home what I've learned and giving it a go. And so he walks across the room really straight and really tall and vibrant and with strength in his step rather than dragging himself along. And that just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. And I knew instantly, okay, I need to know everything that there is to know about quantum touch and about healing and about everything in this realm. And so I jumped in with both feet and just learned as many things as I could, as quickly as I could. And by 2007, I was a practitioner, and I also very quickly became an instructor because I knew I wanted to share this basically with as many people.
So there was like a waiting time from 2005 to 2007, not that much, like 2 years, right? You didn't become a practitioner right away, but you were already probably doing something, right?
I was doing, yes, exactly. I was practicing a lot. And I wanted to see, is this a connection between myself and my dad? Will it work with other people? And so I was just playing a lot with, you know, practicing on as many things as I could.
Oh, that's very
as many people as I could.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was the remarkable fact or story? We know that this is very remarkable. It is a very beautiful beginning. But with the years of experience, because we've been working since 2007, a lot of other things you can call miracles happen, right? So my question is, what was the remarkable fact or story that made you to be even more engaged with QuantumTouch?
So I had a client, she just always sticks out in my mind as being one of those stories. And her name is Joanna, and you might have read about her because there was an article in What Doctors Don't Tell You magazine about quantum touch, and the journalist wanted to speak to somebody who had benefited. So I connected to Joanna, and Joanna shared her story. So you may know this one, but Joanna came to me, and she was one of this must be, I don't know, 2008, maybe, quite a long time ago. And she was in excruciating pain. She had fibromyalgia. She'd had injections in her neck. She'd had more than one. She had, I think, 3 injections in her neck for the pain. The injections didn't work. The hospital had tried so many medications with her. They didn't work. By the time her mother looked up healing and found Quantum Touch, and her mother got in touch with me and said, we are desperate. She's in agony. She cannot walk. And we are not getting anywhere medically. Can you help her? And I said, you know, again, I don't know, but let's give it a go. I think that we're going to see benefit, but we can only know as we go. And she came to me, and we're halfway through the session, and the pains were in her knees. It was terrible for her. She could barely, you know, move her legs. And suddenly, in the middle of the session, we hear this click. It was like the knees just rotated, something internally rotated. And in that moment, as things adjusted, the pain just went. It just disappeared. And she went from struggling to walk up the stairs. She didn't know that I had stairs coming into where we were having the session, struggling to come up the stairs, needing just to grip onto the banister, to being able to run down the stairs. And it was in one session, and it was mind-blowing to both of us. It blew her paradigm out the window, so much so that she became a practitioner herself. Yes. And that was a major experience, because it's one of the early experiences, just seeing, you know.
By the way, Karina, there are a lot of stories of people who become a practitioner because they have a need. It's a classic story. They are desperate. They have a condition, severe condition.
Yeah.
They are taking a lot of pills, and then they don't know what to do. They have session with QuantumTouch or with other modality. I know a story of when people, for example, they are benefited by other healing techniques, but QuantumTouch You don't need to take years to become a practitioner. It's easy, it's simple. The cost benefit to become a practitioner is very fair, right? It is straight to the point, and it works. So this is very common when people are in a difficult situation. They are benefited and they become practitioners. It is very interesting. Okay, so I know that you work with a lot of other energy healing techniques, right? So my question now is, what are the other energy techniques that you work with, and how you combine QuantumTouch with them?
So I also teach a modality called permissioning and transformation. And I've actually found that it combines brilliantly with QuantumTouch